Okay. So this is unedited, raw. Um, we're going straight for it because I've been thinking about this for several years. I've been contemplating on sharing and communicating what I've been personally experiencing for many years, not knowing how to communicate the message, and I think I figured it out. Transformative thoughts. Transformative Thoughts was just a play on my last name, Kenny Tran. My last name always stood out to me, and I always asked why. Why is that name so important to me, and how do I incorporate it into my day-to-day life? And Transformative Thoughts was just uh, a name that a friend helped me come up with, and it was to shape the personal conversations that I would have with myself. So transformative thoughts in the beginning, I always thought that it revolved around me, but deep down, I knew that it wasn't about me. Transformative thoughts was just an approach uh, that I took to connect with another source of information. Now, I'll explain to you what I mean by that. When I go for my walks with my dog, when I'm working out by myself in the gym, no music, just myself and the mind and the conversations that's showing up, I considered that uh, as transformative thoughts because the moments we're having conversations with ourselves, that is when I believe we have the best opportunity to connect with our higher self. Where are those thoughts coming from when we're out and we're going for a walk by ourselves and we listen to the dialogue that's going on in our minds? Where is all this information coming from? Why are we getting these thoughts showing up and we hear ourselves debating with each other? And transformative thoughts is 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 my form of meditation. It's my form of connecting with my higher self and learning how to listen to the conversations that's going on and be guided by the voice or the thoughts that will lead to us feeling better about ourselves, because when we're guided down the right path and we take the right action, we are doing the right thing, and doing the right thing uh, feels good. And when we feel good, our entire energy, vibration, and frequency changes. And when our frequency changes, so do our actions. And our actions come from a place, the source of feeling good. And we felt good because we followed the the higher thoughts, our higher self, God from within. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. See, and it's all connecting for me. And that's why transformative thoughts is not about me. It was never about me. It was, it started off with me demonstrating that, hey, through transformative thoughts or just becoming aware that I'm having this dialogue, through this form of meditation, this tool that I'm using, I'm connecting with my higher self. And what I want to do here with transformative thoughts is the following. On camera, you see me as Kenny, Canadian, uh, doing my thing, just like everyone else, right? Learning how to progress and survive in this system and this reality that we've been given. Doesn't matter what country you're from, you've got to learn how to survive, take care of yourself, take care of your family. That's a given. I'm just like everyone else. But in the physical world, you see me as Kenny. when I have these transformative thoughts sessions, what you'll hear is a shift in intense, right? A shift in the way we communicate. So I could say I in reference to Kenny right here, right? What I think. But I also know that when I'm connecting and hearing the dialogue and connecting with my higher self would say, you. My higher self would communicate to me, Kenny, as you communicate directly to me. So within my mind, right, I'd hear the thoughts that said, Kenny, you know what you should be doing. Why aren't you doing that? Kenny, why are you avoiding all of this? Kenny, you should do this. That's the right thing to do. Hey, Kenny, you feel good about this? Yeah, you should do that. That's what we call, I guess, our intuition, right? That's what we call the angel on our shoulder or the devil on our shoulder, trying to get us to do one or the other. So, transformative thoughts is an opportunity for me, Kenny, to step outside of myself, to see myself as you. And when I see myself as you, I hope that when I say you, yes, I'm directing the message at myself, but I hope that whoever's listening to this, you could kind of see that yourself and how you could step out of yourself and speak to yourself as you or your name. The other frame that I would use would be we. It's understanding that uh, my physical self and my spiritual, my higher self within me, we're not separate. We are together. And I'll bring in references now to the game of life. I, I I I loved video games growing up, and I still do. I don't play video games anymore, but I still study the concepts and I still watch people game. It's part of me, and uh, it's what I like to have in the background at times when I work, and it just helps me get in flow. And I understand that it's not for most people, but for me, I study games and I learn how the concepts of games tie into uh, my reality, my physical world. So instead of playing video games behind a screen, I'm playing video games, virtual games in my day-to-day life. So the reference I'm using here is I'm not separate from my higher self. I'm one with my higher self. So I'll use the term we because I am the player playing the character named Kenny. Transformative thoughts allows me to see myself as the player, to step out of life just temporarily for 45 minutes, 60 minutes when I'm doing my outdoor workout with my dog or working out in the gym. 45 minutes by myself with my higher self, having a conversation, contemplating on what we're experiencing in our life, reflecting on all of that, so that we can then, once we go back to our day to day, when we're not walking out, we're not by ourselves anymore, we have to go back to our day to day, whether it's your job that you have to go to, whatever responsibilities you have to take care of yourself. The moments you have by yourself to have those transformative thoughts, those conversations, that's a meditation space away from the physical world until you have to go back to the physical world and do what you need to do in your day-to-day life. Uh, you know, this is what I've been doing. And I hope that whoever decides to listen to this, who's been following me on this journey, I know I've been on and off, just trying to figure it out. And it's, I believe I've arrived at the beginning of it. And now it's just taking the next step. It's really just demonstrating to you guys, it doesn't matter what I am doing in this physical world, building what I'm building, creating what I'm creating, whether it has to do with cannabis or not. Uh, this is what I'm doing. This is my reality. This is what I'm going through. And you have your own things to go through. And the best way that I can communicate uh, without getting to too much detail of what I'm actually doing on a day-to-day because it doesn't really matter to you. What I do in my business doesn't really matter. It's my story, just like how you have your story. But I do believe that what matters is the process that goes on up here that helps us go through what we have to go through on a day-to-day, because that's where we can connect. It's not what I'm doing in business. I think it's irrelevant. Doesn't matter who the people that I'm engaging with or the challenges we're having in our industry. I feel like that's irrelevant. Uh, so if that's irrelevance, you start peeling back the layers a little bit more to find, well, what is relevant? Then what do we really care about most, and what do we want to share? So for me, it's sharing these type of conversations. Yes, I'm speaking from a perspective and point of view of Kenny in this physical world. But throughout these recordings, you will hear the conversation that unfolds, whatever topic we're speaking about at that time. Through these videos, you'll hear the different layers of tone and point of views. It's either from I, you, we. Between those three, you'll hear it. And this is Transformative Thoughts. This is my source, my tool to connecting to source, and drawing the information that, sometimes we don't know where it comes from, but it comes to us. We get those aha moments, and then we implement that information, and then it transforms our reality. That's it. That felt really good just to record this. So I thank you. If you've made it all the way to the end. This is me. This is what I'm going through. This is what I'm experiencing in my day to day. And I hope that you enjoy life as much as I'm trying my best to each day. It's a wonderful thing. But yeah, welcome to Transformative Thoughts. Take care.